Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Field of Glory Empires. Specifically, we're looking at the new DLC that's just come out for it, simply titled the Persia DLC. And it seems, if we go to scenarios, it's just added a new grand campaign that predates the previous one that we were playing as Burgundia last time, underdog as anything. And we're going to give this a bit of a go. So that it changes the emphasis to this time period. Again, I'm not super all over this sort of stuff. I do find it fascinating, but if you're going for a history lesson, I'm not the man. But from what I understand, yeah, it's taking a different time period, so they've adjusted it accordingly with regards to the representing factions and the meteoric rise of the Persian Empire as well. This game, if for some reason you've missed it, because it's been a while since I touched this, and we actually got a bit of motion around this back in the day, this is one of the best grand strategy games out there. It does some amazing stuff with, it addresses what I would say is the biggest problem with your sort of 4X strategies and just grand strategy games in general, in that you build an empire and then it snowballs. And then the back half of the game is you as this overwhelming force that's unstoppable, just absolutely smashing the opposition to bits. That's not fun. I don't understand how anyone could enjoy that. So, and people have tried to address that. You can see in like the Warhammer games, Stellaris, they'll have a Doom Timer sort of like a super faction rock up, and the only way to defeat them is to all team up together, or you know, like it has to become the main priority, or it wipes you out so badly that you're essentially set back to step one. But it doesn't solve the problem, it just delays the problem, because once you've dealt with that super faction, like barbarian tribes in Warhammer, then you just build up again and you snowball again. So it's a problem with the genre. It's an actual baked in problem. In this, you have sort of rising through the ranks of barbarian tribes all the way up to like really high-end sort of Roman Empire type stuff, but you're having to deal with sort of the corruption that comes with all that sort of stuff, the bits slipping through the cracks as your empire gets bigger, and the empires on this system will rise and fall because they get to a point where they're not producing enough sort of progressive merit versus the offset negatives. And yeah, it actually has this fluctuation over time of your empire's standing. It's very hard to stay the top dog, which I think is fascinating, and that makes this one of the best. Anyway, we're going to get into it. I'm going to be rusty as buggery, but we're going to see how we go, I suppose. I guess it's just loading. Ah, there we go. Bit of a lengthy intro, but, you know, we've got a bit of a history with this game, so I thought I'd get that out of the way. And, I mean, we'll see how we go, but from what I understand, unless you're a super history nerd for this sort of thing, this DLC is just to sort of change up the existing campaign. You know, I'm not trying to dissuade people from buying it, but if you find this game interesting, I don't know if the DLC necessarily is going to be a must-have. Don't suppose Burgundia exists around this time. Oh no. Too bad, so sad. I quite enjoyed playing that underdog little region. Okay, so we've got the big hitters up here though, you know, the major nations, which I'm not super interested in. I really enjoy being an underdog in this game. You know, call me crazy, whatever. Interest, 4 out of 5. Oh, I get the difficulty. How do we? Let's go someone really. Look at all this savage land out here, sort of thing. Who can we go? Back to my old habits. I guess maybe looking at the map might be the best way to do it. Oh man, look at all these little tribes out here. I mean, it's definitely not the focus of this sort of DLC, I suppose. Look at that. Look how big they are. That's insane. But it certainly does change the focus down to this sort of region. I guess, you know, out here as well. Okay, cool. What if we, Gurha? Are you part of Gurha down there as well? Well, there's Persia, I guess, anyway, right? Maybe we do play as Persia. They're kind of small in the beginning, sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? We'll be a good sport, and I think we'll play as Persia. I mean, unless... Jesus, look at Babylon. They're out of control. So Persia, I think, in this time period broke away from Media. Is that the idea? He had a pre-existing relationship. Yeah, I'm a bit grey on all that, though. I'm still really tempted. Excuse me. I really want to play an underdog. What about these guys? What about these guys? Anyway, it's cool. So it's got that sort of almost like Crusader Kings, like in that sort of vein, like where you can just play as just about every nation. What about these two? Difficulty 5. Oh yeah, okay. What about all these regions around here? Forage value 0, because it's all desert and it's just crap. No, after all that being said, I'm going to go up to this sort of, you know, the Gallic areas and just sort of get amongst it. How hard are you supposed to be? Oh, that's not that hard. That's cool. So we'll be Celts. I like Celts. They're cool. Oh, is this early Gaul? The Galli can be traced back to the Celtic migrations. Yes. They resisted the Roman expansion and took part in... Oh, I can't remember how to say that name. Vercingetorix. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's be the Gauls. Let's be the early Gauls. Sounds good. No treaties, no nothing. It's a bit difficult. I don't know what the interest means. All right, let's go. I like this one region start. All right. Let's go. So. Oh my goodness, hang on. Growth in 2 turns. Yep, that's cool. What we want to check, what was it? Diplomacy, ledger, nation. It'll be in the nation panel. All right. Progress and decadence. This is the whole thing, and your legacy. You sort of want to. This is how you go up. So we're a stable, industrious tribal chiefdom. Well, there you go. I guess look, we're offsetting decadence pretty rapidly. You get a couple of tokens, and after you get tokens, you progress to the next sort of era. We've got a farm already built. Yep. Loyalty, that's fine. Building slots. This doesn't take up a slot though, the council. So what we might do, we'll get something going. Are we all right? What tabs are we in here? We're in the food and the infrastructure tabs. So we're not generating money and we're not generating culture, but we're already getting an income from taxation, so that's all right. But you can move your little workers down to like that, yeah. But we will keep them in the infrastructure amount. Yeah. Culture's good as well, but let's just go with this for the moment. And we need food. Oh, I guess we're still growing if I take him out of that. But that's how you get more workers, as you could probably guess. I think as long as we're always get in the black, as long as we're always getting income for it, then we're laughing. I don't want to reshuffle any of these just yet. No commerce option available. Horses. Unlocks cav. That could be handy. Public works. So that doesn't use up a slot, but it does take a lot of infrastructure. Slot usage. Infrastructure -1. So that, like, it incurs like a tax, you can sort of see here. I believe that 5 if we take him away, that still exists. That's sort of like the tax in a way of the existing population, so you have to offset that. So that's why if you have a look at our growth rate, current stockpile 5 plus 9 next turn. Or maybe that's the stockpile there. Sorry. And a ranch. Infrastructure costs 0. Let's build that, because it won't take up one of our building slots, which is awesome. So we'll queue that up for building. We potentially want to start invading around us. Excuse me. There's our little general. We'll defend approximately 12 units. 16. 8. 8. Can we not recruit at all at the moment? I'm just sort of trying to... Oh, here we go, here we go. Armies, diplomacy, unit queue. That's what we want. Right, so we can get some cav. Five turns. No, we've got our costs now, upkeep as well. Regular. So manpower is not going to be a problem. It's the... Alright, so these little skirmishes, we should be able to afford them on the cheap, relatively. 4 turns. Oh, I thought, hang on, 10. We're earning +3 for equipment. Equipment's what's hobbling us there, I think. Yeah, 7. And the cav was 5. Yeah, look, let's get a skirmisher. We'll put a skirmisher in the queue. That'll get the ball rolling. And that should be just about everything that we can sort of make decisions on for the moment. So that's how our turn looks. It's actually pretty good to look at it and at the small level. Dealing with 20 regions at once would be a lot going on, because each one has building queues and that. What is this? Who is this bloke next to me? Alright. There I am, the Galai. So this is your sort of culture increase and decrease. We've dropped 7 spots to 41. How many? Okay, so we're in the bottom half. So I think, see, to get these tokens, that's what we actually want, is the progress tokens. We didn't get an aging tokens are the ones that, well, your empire is aging, sort of thing. We've started regressing, right? Culture of our nation is too humble for your grandiose schemes. Aging tier reached. Okay, hang on. We can change that. Progress and decadence. Ratio 2. Yeah. This nation, this place, ratio places you in rank 41. And can age. 35% chance to receive an aging token. Right? We don't want that. So what we need is more HCV. Decadence. Nation size 3. Structures and events. Average of historical and current loyalty weighted culture production. Right. So we need to increase that. Clean water has been completed. Culture of nature is much too humble. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So there we go. We've got clean water, which is helping us generate food, but it creates a tax on infrastructure. We need to increase... I need a better breakdown of... Yeah, it's not the legacy that I'm worried about. It's this. Structures, events, ages too. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can build here. Loyalty bonus. That's something I'm interested in. Okay. Tier 1 culture building. We're not really building a lot of infrastructure. So as much as I really would like to get that culture, we need more infrastructure to offset it. Public works. Slot usage, but it costs 80 to get there. We could re-roll. Let's re-roll. Oh, it takes a turn to re-roll, I believe. Ah. Well, how long would it take me to build a public works? Growth in 2 turns? Can I get away with trying to speed that growth? I can. We've got enough infrastructure in the bank to offset that. Yeah, we'll just go hard on the growth just for the next turn to get a new population. And I believe we're still... Oh, our unit queue should still be going strong. Okay, cool, let's go. Oh, man. It's good to be back to this game, man. Though our Empire's going to age out, I think. Oh, no, we didn't get an aging token, so that's good. Look at all these blokes. So once you hit 3, you drop a tier in the sort of type of people that you are. What's this? A large population of armed warriors from Persia have been sighted. Oh no, that's not good. We're going to get invaded? Oh, this is not a problem that I've had to deal with before. Okay. New objective. Okay, cool. So Bituit is our leader, and he covets this nation and wants to get to it. So if we do that, we'll get a big bonus, basically. All right. Well, there we go. We've got the 3 pops now. All right. We need 1 back on infrastructure. There's no 2 ways about it with that. I feel like we need to be generating culture faster, so as to try and offset this. Okay, look, as our ratio, has it gone up? Is that what's happened to you? Culture to decadence. Ratio change this turn. We are stable, but we're in the aging token bracket, yeah, and I don't want to be in that if I can help it. If we can get it to even out, that is something I'd like. So we're gonna actually do that to try and offset the cultural gain. What have we got here? What's going on there for infrastructure? Oh. Get a tools bonus if we were to build that. I mean, it's a tough one, you know, trying to balance the infrastructure and food growth. Money? I'm not that interested in money. I don't really know what I can do with money, actually. Trade details. Oh, trade. That's right. Trade's a big thing as well, as far as money's a resource accumulated. Trade's good for getting those bonus resources we were seeing for each building. Accumulated globally, which is used a lot by military units for their recruitment and upkeep. Okay. Sure. How's all that going, by the way? Next turn. All right, well, we will make some considerations around that. Let's get... So that's a 0 slot. Missing bonus of 4 infrastructure from tools and weapons. So if we were to have tools and weapons, we would get bonus infrastructure on that. Okay. I really need a better infrastructure option. I'm going to go and re-roll that. If I take you off that... No. Okay, no, he needs to earn some into the bank. That's fine. And we'll keep going with food for growth. Yeah, and culture. Definitely more culture. Alright, let's go. Hopefully we don't get an aging token, though we do have about a 1 in 3 chance that that's going to happen. But you still need 3 aging tokens for it to be a real problem. Perfect, we're good. Geez, look at Carthage go. Just popping off. Stable tyranny. Nice. Alright. Uh-oh. Five units. Well, I've got 5 units. Come and get me. Alright, we need to recruit... I think we'll recruit Cav. 3 turns. Sounds good. What's going on here? So, a few months will be particularly harsh for men and crops. We received a new regional decision, build harbour. Yep, that's okay. Reshuffling the proposals. He wants Remia. Okay. He just wants to attack everybody. It's like, alright bro, we get it. Chill. I'm trying to, you know, build our little empire here. Alright, what have we got here? That's the same one. Swamp drain. Food bonus. Wall to resist a siege would be pretty bloody handy. Same thing, I want to shore up my infrastructure, but all I'm getting is the craftsman. And I wonder. I mean, it's slot usage 0. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. The other option is that I can go hard on food. Horses can already be imported. Swamp draining. Nah, look, I think we just got to bite the bullet. We'll get the craftsman. How are we going for our decadence ratio? 4. That's not bad. There we go. In the second tier. And won't progress or age. That's fine. If that's the case, I'm going to take my foot off the culture pedal there. 6 turns, I reckon. Or I can bring growth. I might try and speed growth while we chip away at that. Though, that's a big difference. 6 turns. Yeah. I think there's better economy of effort if I go into the infrastructure with that extra pop. And that shouldn't affect this now, the ratio. No, yeah, okay, so we can sort of just spot check at each turn. Historical culture value. And current. Yeah. Also contributes to progress in the long term. Yep, cool. Nice. Seems I've remembered how to play this game fairly competently, so that's good. Alright, hopefully we don't get invasion and bloody wiped out here, but there's not much we can do about that. Our military capacity is so limited. Alright. So we're stable, and that's fine. No aging tokens. Oh, maybe you have to get 5. I thought it was 3. They're going berserk with those aging tokens. Alright, we've started regressing. That's okay. We'll deal with that. Having a look at this, we're in the... Yeah, we're back into that position, and that's fine. We'll straight go back onto culture. Yeah, look, that won't progress. Growth in 4 turns. What's this? Was raided Pyrisi and some plunder happened. You mongrels. So it seems that They raid you when they're neighboring. Combat power, 21. And mine is 14. So there's not much we can do about it except just get bloody raided. And try and shore up our defenses. Which, we'll work on that. We'll try and diversify our little army. They get all sorts of different bonuses as well on the sort of map when they fight. It's quite cool. Okay, there's not much we can do, so we're going to just skip ahead. Hopefully we can get back up to a stable position on the culture thing. But you see what I mean? Like, Empire's rising and falling. Media is having a huge decadence problem, even though we're not really focused on that part of the map. In fact, where are they? They may have actually dropped status. That's why they've suddenly rocketed up to the top. Why can't I see them? Well, that's troubling. Okay. Maybe they changed their name or something. They're probably in there and I just can't see them. Alright, we didn't take a hit, so that's good. You've received a new regional decision, disperse slaves. Okay. So, no, diplomacy's not where we want to be at. Out of here, please. Raided. You mongrels. Ledger, diplomacy. I'll have to look in... Oh, regional decisions. Here we go. Right. Bolster colony. Must target an owned region adjacent to a civilization level 1. Right. Can't really do that. Can't do that. Disperse slaves. Forage the land. There must be a friendly leader in the region. I don't think there's much that we can do about any of this. To be perfectly honest. Alright. Again, focusing back in. We're building, we're trying to grow. The raids, they're messing with my food, aren't they? God damn it. It's like we're not really growing because they keep raiding us. At least we are slowly queuing up units, you know? Equipment. Yeah, I kind of wish I understood the way that this works a little bit better. Right. I think the only way with equipment is like, I can't put a guy in a slot. I need an actual building that builds equipment, basically. And how are we going on the Decadence scale? I don't really want to lose out on that. Culture penalty. They're really taking me to task, man. Combat power 9. What's that about? We might actually fight back against them. I think. Wonder what's depleted their combat capacity. That's interesting. Okay. So, yeah, look, I'm not exactly an expert on this, but I really like this game a lot. Oh, Persia took over media for whatever reason. They conquered them. That's insane. That explains why we couldn't see them anymore. Crazy. So we've got our own problems on the border, but we're doing okay. We're holding it down. Such a great game. I highly recommend it. If you're if you're even remotely interested in grand strategies, you gotta have a look at this game. I can't sing its praises high enough. And like I said, I really do enjoy the struggle of being one of these crappy little nations, and doing my best to claw out my thing over time. That's the fun. That's where the fun's at for me. But yeah, like we did Burgundia, which we were up here. So the main campaign, I think, is mostly focused around here when Rome is in full swing, and we were up right on this edge sort of thing as well. So very, very different setup going on here, for sure. All right, team, thanks again for joining me. We might just leave it there for the time being, and I will catch you guys on the next one.